Testing, testing. 1, 2, 1, 2. There we go. All right. And the other thing is the studio. Testing, testing. 1, 2. And I need to make sure this is online. All right. There we go. Let's get into it. So first things first today, I'm already seeing it's like a penny stock that we've seen before is moving. Let me jump over here to my main screen. Already seeing a stock movement that has moved before. MULN, it is a super penny stock and it's got 101 million shares traded. Now, as you know, I'm looking for these types to make sure that I don't get into any stupid trades. Now, yesterday was a stupid trade. I talked myself out of it, and I still ended up trading what I told myself I wasn't going to trade, right? And so with that, let's go over what actually went down yesterday. What went down yesterday? Okay, let's get out of this. All right, so let's go over here. MULN is now going downward. It was up 50 some percent. It was up higher than that, but now this thing is so cheap. I don't even trade these this cheap. But okay, what were we doing? We're going into the trades from yesterday. Yesterday, I got baked and boiled and cooked and absolutely thrashed out there on that drop on APVO. So this month has been definitely not a great one. Definitely got some droppage. And I lost $1.49 on that drop. Here. And so I had got in looking for it to curl off of this $3 level and got a big splash right down. And I was like, you know what? I'm gonna go ahead and take this because none of this is part of the plan. So I'm just gonna take it. It did pop back up here to 250, which would have saved me maybe 200 bucks. But just continued to fade off. So this was still just a mental thing right here. It was like, okay, well, we dropped, we popped back up, and you're not in it. So ha ha ha. I had before I took this trade, I talked myself out of this trade, right? I was like, yeah, I see the big wake up here. I see XYZ. It doesn't have current catalyst on the day, XYZ, and I still took the trade. So this wasn't, I really can't blame this on the strategy that I used. This was just me overbearing on the strategy. Basically, ignoring every sign that I had pointed out, literally. So that one was that's just that's on me. You know, the strategy, that wasn't a failure of strategy, that was a failure of my mindset. But anyway, that was quite a bit of a loss on yesterday. Let's go ahead and get back over here. So what I was seeing today, MULN, hopefully it loses some steam. It has definitely got some attention today. The other thing that I was noticing was this bad boy. Let's go to SOXL. SOXL, yesterday, I was talking to Mike D in the Discord about getting some dividend, grabbing some dividend portfolio additions. And SOXL is one that I was like, man, I want to see that thing touch 10. And it has now come down to $9. Now, does that mean I'm just going to buy it here for a long-term portfolio? Absolutely not, because it has so much gasoline behind it. I want to see, since it broke down 10 with such conviction, And right now the ATR low is where it's kind of floating. So maybe it'll do some consolidation and then a continue move down. But for a long-term trade, I'm not looking just to buy this thing right here. It does pay a dividend, of course, but if it can go lower, we looked at the chart here, and I had already pointed out some points of interest that I was looking at on XOXL over here. Let me see, where was it? So we have point of interest up here on 15.29, which it broke. Then we have one here at 13, which it broke. Then we have one here at 891, and then we got one at 612. And I don't know what happened to my drawings. I guess I accidentally deleted them or something, but I had these kind of marked out here. Sorry, crashed that one. Yeah, but a couple of little levels of interest there. Let me zoom in to this point. Oh boy, drawing tool does not want to act right. Okay, let me switch drawing tools then. Okay, so that works. But anyway, the lowest that it's been was $426, $3 somewhere up in there. And with this downturn, I'm like, hey, what are you trying to do here? What are you trying to do here? And if it gets down there, now we can see that it has returned multiple times during the years back up to 74. And that's why I'm looking to add it to the portfolio for the ride up into the future. Now, this move right here took from 2020 all the way to 2021. That was a pretty big push. This one was a push from 2019. This was a push from 2019 up here to 2020. So definitely I'm looking for this is a pattern. It came up here to 74, came up here to 70s. And so now I'm looking for it to catch the next ride up and start collecting some shares down here. Yeah, adding to your Roth account today. Yeah, you already know. You already know. Let me see. I guess I'll turn the lights on this morning since it's Friday morning. I usually just sit in the dark. But today I'm feeling quite good on the things that I've added to the portfolio already. And yeah, definitely got my eyes on XOXL. XOXS up to almost $50. That is that is wild. Okay. But yeah, definitely I'm gonna be picking up some more. I mean, to be honest, I may take a loss in the day trading, but I've been building this whole dividend portfolio for quite a few years, just buying a little bit, buying a little bit, buying a little bit. And now during these times where the market is dumping, since I played it safe on the lows on most things, they haven't really moved down. Those things that are stable, they're kind of just chilling, while the market is in this spike down. But I am going to be patient. We're just now moving down here to the $9, and I want to see, man, if it can consolidate and make another move down. Whew, go ahead and start picking some up, maybe around, I don't know, $7, and then kind of get to a more fuller size in the next couple of, I don't know. I don't expect it to just pop back up because these tariffs that have gone into place, this was expected. There was going to be some pain on the front end of this. And yeah, this was expected. So I'm looking at this as like kind of like a Walmart saying, hey, we got all of these discounts. And we're seeing prices that we haven't seen in years on some of these stocks. Let me look at my AT&T and see where it's at. Is it up or down? Okay, it came down a little bit. AT&T is still at $28.60, so it's holding, right? I bought this at $13, and it's just holding as the market is dumping. I know me and Mike D, we were talking about a couple of stocks. Actually, let me just flip over to my dividend portfolio here. Flip over. Let's flip over here real quick. Here we go. All right, so we were talking about a couple of stocks. He brought up Macy. Macy getting now Macy pays a pretty good dividend, but it's these retail stores have been they're kind of on the eggshells right now uh because people may be holding on to their money a little bit tighter for a little bit, but again, giving opportunities. So I haven't bought any of this yet, but I'm watching it. The other one that he brought up was coal, um, which has definitely plummeted. It was at 83 bucks and it's been up to 83 bucks. Let's see, 20 or 2002, 2007, 2015, 2019. But like I told him, I was just like, I don't know how low this thing can go. I'm going to give it a little bit. It pays a pretty good dividend as well. So I'm like, we'll see. And the one that I've been waiting to fall through the floor forever, which it won't, even during the market dump, is Intel. Intel, I was looking for it to come back down here to maybe these 12s and start picking some up. It's been down here in 2002, 2008, but still holding up that 20, man. Holding up that 20. And it makes me so not mad, but I'm like, just come on and make the move down. But it's holding up, so I am praying on their downfall, just at least temporarily. Let me get in, around 10, and then do your thing back up to the upside. As for other things, let's see what I got here. I saw a couple of things just kind of, let's see, falling through. Falling on through. But anyway, just trying to see, what is this? IEP got smashed. Was once up at 100 something dollars, and they're trying to figure things out down here at the 1028s. They pay a pretty good dividend, even being that low. RGP, and I'm just looking at my dividend scanners. They pretty much, so basically I have them set to look back 10 years for some specific criteria that I have. I'm like, hey, is this happening during this 10-year period? And that's what it brings up. So VTRS. I've been looking at Xerox, man. Xerox has been on my hit list as well. Xerox, the thing with Xerox is that in the public sector, it may not be a household name anymore, but in the government sector, Xerox is still like really used. You can go in and see either their software in use, their hardware, whatever they have is still in use in the government. And so with that, I'm thinking with them cutting back on the employees, cutting employees and things like that, they're going to need some skilled workers to be able to operate those terminals, that software. And so I'm like, if they get skilled workers that work with Xerox software, will they invest in more Xerox equipment? Will they invest in more, things going towards Xerox? That's my thought on that. But I don't know. It's cheap right now. It's like $4, and I know they're worth more than $4. So I have a starter position in there, but I'm looking to add on to that one in the future. WI Coles, we talked about. PSEC. PSEC, man, this thing just got a downtrend, and I don't know what it's trying to do. PSEC has been up to 18 and kind of just in a downtrend, nothing else but downtrending. So I haven't added any of that. NWL is one that I was looking at. Newell Rubbermaid. I was looking for it to come into this zone, and it did come into the zone. So I have a starter position in this zone, and looking for it to drop a little bit lower to add to the position. But it's been up to 50 bucks 2-3 times, retested up there, and so I'm looking to definitely take advantage of that one. It pays a dividend. All of these pay dividends. This is a dividend portfolio, so Some of them have cut back on their dividend to increase their revenue that they can use to further the business, which I'm okay with because these are all high yield dividends. And then I have some that are like lower yield dividends that have come up on the scans, like leg. Leg has been up to 59 bucks, but you know, it I don't know what happened to it, but now it's down at $7.43. And I'm like, we'll see. I haven't added any of this. I just been watching it. It just popped up on the scan, just been watching it. But yeah, just been looking and getting some things. And then in some of these type stocks, so these are the most dangerous stocks. These are yield max stocks. These pay stupid dividends. I mean, just ridiculous dividends for their prices. And I haven't got any of these because I'm waiting for them to get a little bit more time behind their names. MRNA is one. This one follows MRNY is one. It follows mRNA, which went up during the pandemic. It is all of these are options plays on those, by the way. So mRNA down to $2.48, but look at the dividend that is still paying out. 18 cents per share at $2.48. It is ridiculous. AIYY, it follows AI. And I have the parallels over here as well. So I got a parallel scan as well for what actually is being followed. Let's go here. Okay, so they just Tesla follows Tesla, Orc, Apple, Nvidia, Amazon. Where's Meta? FBY, Google, Coinbase. They have these options for pretty much a lot of. Well, I haven't went back on and checked if they've added any, but they add a couple every so often. But you know, Disney, Netflix, Microsoft, ExxonMobil, J.P. Morgan, PayPal. See, PayPal doesn't pay a dividend, but PYPY does pay a dividend, a monthly dividend of 35 cents per share. And I always can go over here to NASDAQ and let's go to what did I was PYPY and see what this what their consistency is and how long they've been doing it. I kind of like to see at least 5 years traded. A lot of these don't have 5 years. Actually, I can go to dividend. Let's go here. Those used to show on NASDAQ. Let me go over here to the dividend place. Dividend PYPY. But these are the most dangerous for sure. Pay a crazy dividend, but they will. They're options. So they're managed by, where's the history? Holdings, performance, distributions, dividend. Okay, here it is. Dividend history. So 2024 paid out $1.49. This looks different. Oh, this is the one. This is the one. Okay. Few more. So back in 2023 is when they started, and they pay this dividend out. But I'm like, how is it sustainable versus what the actual stock is doing? Let me flip out this stock again. Bam, bam. Let's go ahead and minimize that. Let's go to PayPal and see what PayPal is looking like. PayPal is sitting at 57 bucks. And it looks like it's taking a little downturn down there. So it was once at 310 bucks and plowed down. So PayPal really took off during 2020, as you can see right here, during COVID, just like a lot of software did, like I think Zoom and some of the messaging apps and all of that stuff just took off. But PayPal has come back down 61 bucks, but it does not pay a dividend. So you have PYPY. Where did it just go? Am I stupid? Where did it just go? Oh, there it is. PYPY, which has not traded. I like to look at things that at least have 5 years trading history, and that's one of the reasons I'm not in that whatever the mRNA or whatever, because it hasn't been trading for 5 years at least. I like to have some Carfax on these things before I put them into a long-term portfolio, because you never know what they're gonna do. Because it could have came out, and you could have been like, hey man, this is gonna be a great thing. Buy it at $19. It's almost at $20, and then you're just on a nice consistent slope down. And it's only been trading for a year. So if you look at a year over year performance, we can't even get that yet. So this is 2024 to 2025. We can't even get a year over year yet. But yeah, that's just the dividend. Let's flip back over. Let me put these back where they came from. Parallels. But those are definitely the most dangerous. I don't have any of those in my portfolio just yet. I was in Tesla, and it was paying a stupid dividend every month, $400 a month. But it just kept going down. So every time it'll make $400, I would lose. I would lose a little bit, lose a little bit. I'm like, bro, come on, man, you can't be. And let me flip up Tesla real quick. So I was trading it. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, came down, came down. I got in somewhere in here around $15, and it had a couple pops, and every month I was getting paid that $400, right? And then it dropped, and I'm still getting paid the $400, so I'm not like super hurt. But the thing is, it continued to drop, so I'm like, nah, man, I can't hold you. You're a little bit too spicy for me. And this one's been trading for 1 year. That was 1 year of downtrending, and then 2 years of downtrending, and it's supposed to be following Tesla. So I was like, yeah, not doing too great. I don't want to be giving back all the gains. You pay me a $400 dividend, I want to keep it. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, back over to our regular programming. Save and go to home day trade. Pop it up, pop it up. And also, looking at trader or whoops. Looking at, what are you opening up, boy? Looking over here at TraderSync, or not TraderSync, TradingView, we're seeing that Bitcoin is actually holding up when the SPY is dumping. The NQ is dumping. So it's still at 82. I don't know if it's going to be a late reaction. I don't know what's going on, but it's actually been holding up here. I was looking for it to come back down to these levels of the 71 if the market dumped, but it did not. Like I said, I don't know if it's a slow reaction or what, but kind of just waiting around on that. And a lot of the cryptos are actually not doing like as bad as I thought they would be doing if the market started dumping. Okay, so back over here. Let me see. Back over to the NQ. NQ cracking down that 800 level. It is below the ATR highs right now, or the ATR lows actually. So this is the high right here. This is ATR low for it, and it's below that level of this current session, and just bundling around that 1800. But I want to see some consolidation. I know it might make a little move back up or whatnot, but yeah, I'm still thinking the overall sentiment is going to be bearish for a while as the U.S. figures out what it wants to do. But yeah, on the other hand, small caps, the only one that I see up right now is ICCT. It is hitting that ATR high right there of 512. I don't even know if it has any news. May not. I don't know. Let me see. Go to NASDAQ. ICCT. Okay, press releases. Okay, so it says iCore Connect. The last news on it was March 4th. That was a month ago. Convertible debt holders cancel 142,000 common stock warrants to convert. Yeah, okay. So I'm not gonna fall into that trap again. This thing, if it does what it's gonna do, let it do what it's gonna do. But kind of like to see some reasoning on some more recent reasoning on that. MULN still going down, up 32%, and we got to see what is going to challenge ICCT on today, or is it going to be the thing? Let's jump back over. It is finding a little bit of resistance at this ATR high. It hit it before at 415 and kind of threw a wick through there, and now it's bumping its head on that again. Um, but yeah, let's go and look at its statistics and its profile. What were you doing? What were you doing? This one was a cloud-based software technology company. Okay. Out of Florida. We looked at this one before. Let's go to float is a 1 million or 1.0 million. The difference between this one and yesterday's ticker that I traded, here this one actually has insiders that are gonna, act up today. Yesterday I traded a stock that had low insiders and low institutions. And so it was kind of like up to the wind on who was going to manipulate it. And yeah, it just did not go in my favor at all. Good morning, Lori Lee. We're looking around. We went through the dividends. We went through crypto. We went through everything else. Right now on small caps, I'm seeing ICCT lead the way, but it is the other thing is that I've noticed is I do much better on stocks that actually can get over 20%, get strong over 20%, be up, 40, 50, 60%. These that struggle around 20%, man, I don't know. It's almost like they're on a it's like when I get into them, they're on a struggle bus. They're already struggling and now I'm on the struggle bus with it. And so I just don't like that, feeling. And ICCT, you can see hitting that ATR high right there again at 512. But this candle has not closed, but it has a lower high here of the 525 there that it hit. And the first one was what, 533. So I'm like, you're on that struggle bus. You barely getting over 20% unless you're going to be a grinder. And the other thing is I'm seeing wicks. I saw the wicks yesterday on APVO and ignored it. Saw this big wick here. Right here. This wick right here. I saw this wick. I looked at this wick in the eyes, made conscious decision not to trade it at that time. And it came down here and I was like, I want to see if this level holds right here, 270, whatever. And yeah, it definitely right before the open gave me a nice reminder of everything that I had spotted earlier in the morning. And I mean, it was a really nice reminder. It was like one of those reminders where it's like, thank you, God. Thank you. But anyway, let's see. NQ just kind of serenading the 1800s right now. Let's look over here on the larger time frames. So the NQ has basically broken down all of those levels that we had recently saw. And it's coming down. Let me back this up. It's coming down. It had a low down here of what, 17,300s. So this was the previous levels that we had seen multiple tests at, and now it's coming down. So let me go ahead and see about this. So we got one level here. It's already past this level of 18,360. But none of these have had, well, if I look back a little bit, there was a little bit of spur magic down here. Let me zoom back a little bit more. Anything else there? Not really. Not a big reaction, doesn't look like, in comparison to what we saw there. Okay. But we'll just have to see what points want to hold up. But I still think this thing has a nice ways down after some consolidation, maybe some weeks, maybe, I'm just gonna be patient. It's in that long-term count, I really just don't care. I'm like, look, I'll wait till you hit the point that I want. If you never hit it, it's whatever. But on SOXS, or SOXL, it's already hit the point that I wanted, which was 10. But because of the momentum on the market, I want to see if it can come down any more. Maybe visit, 9 flat or something like that. But man, yesterday was crazy to the downside. MULN still with 115 million shares on this one. Why is it sucking up so much attention? And it doesn't have pretty much any competition right now because everything over $2. I mean, this is the top gainer over $2, right? With 6 million shares traded, and this one's got 115. So I want to see if this one's gonna fail out, if this one's going to kill everybody or start to become like a wick machine, and if something else pops up. I'm really not interested in this ICT with the way that it's looking right now. It's just like it's already showing it's gonna be a weak machine. If it grinds up, okay, but it is on that 20% struggle bus right now. It just keep going a little bit over 20, coming back down, a little bit over 20, coming back down. It's about to be 7 o'clock. It has 45 seconds to the close of this, and we'll see what happens there. Oh, Lori, you do know who Nothing to See Here is, right? He's you talked to him before. He just has changed costumes, changed names, changed profiles, but you've talked to him before. And it's not Daniel B. Not the old Daniel B. How is Daniel B doing? I haven't heard from him in a minute. He's probably somewhere in Cancun right now. Um, he's probably got everything short on the market, so I'm sure he has increased his profits by about 3 million. Okay, ICCT just not being able to hold over there. All right, so $5 becoming a little bit of a problem, a little bit, but we'll see. Who is it? That's Nothing to See Here. Do you wanna expose yourself or what what do you want to do, man? Uh, want to expose yourself? Yeah, Lori Lee, she's got it. Yeah, she's got it. Yep. He switched his name. I don't know why. I was like, everybody knew you as One Life, bro. What you got going on? He was like, yeah, man, I transitioned. I transitioned to working for the FBI, so nothing to see here. So that's where he's going. Nah, but One Life, he's cool. He's been around the channel for a while. All right, 701. Why is MULN getting so much volume? Am I missing something? It's got 124 million shares traded. Mullen announces significant U.S. source components, provides company with competitive edge under new tariff. Okay, announces significant U.S. source components. So it does have catalysts on the day, but it's only 10 cents, right? Um, and I don't know why it's showing an ATR of 80 cents here. Am I crazy? It's showing an ATR of 80 cents. All right. Mullen Automotive electric vehicle manufacturer announces today that current Mullen and Bollinger commercial vehicle inventory are 100% assembled in the USA and are currently exempt from recently announced vehicle and component tariffs. Additionally, Mullen and Bollinger source 67% and 71% of vehicle components from U.S. suppliers, respectively. Our goal is to U.S. source as much as we can from our commercial vehicles, ensuring a path to stable pricing while also offering a cost-effective solution for businesses looking to electrify their fleets, said David Micheri, CEO and chairman of Mullen Automotive. Mullen's commercial EV lineup includes the Mullen 1, Class 1 EV cargo van, and the Mullen 3. Um, Class 3 EV cab chassis truck, purpose built to meet the demands of urban last mile delivery. Both vehicles are available for sale in full compliance with U.S. federal motor vehicle safety standards. Okay, so they have catalysts, but I mean, and they have the attention on the day. So that's one of my cues to just be like, you know what, I'm gonna let Mullen have it. You know, Mullen is going to looks like it's going to be king on the day. ICCT popped through this little level here, but I just don't trust it. It could continue going up. Mullen has the day though. 125 million shares traded on it. And ICCT is just now getting to 10 million. So if it gets pushed back under this 512, it's going to be bad news bears for it. And like I said, this is that 20% struggle that I was talking about. It tries to crack it, comes back down, tries to crack it. And also, it's not above the ATR high, it's heavy. Like I like to see a real gap above this ATR high, and it keeps hugging it. It's showing it too much love and embrace. All right. But yeah, pretty good outlook on the market to be getting into position for the future. Um, and yeah, scanners are working on the dividend side. Let's look back over here, Bitcoin. Bitcoin still holding up that 80. I have a couple crypto in here. Some of them are real estate, some of them are automotive. I mean, they're all over the place, you know. It's whatever they want to do. I know one thing, Bitcoin, boy, I don't know. Bitcoin, if it dropped, I believe so many people be buying it. That's probably why it hasn't even dropped now. People are just holding, holding, holding. But I just want to kind of see it come down to this 71. It's just taking this sweet, sweet time. And look, ICT, what happened to it? Back under, back under the point that we were talking about, that the ATR high there. 20% struggle. I hate these kind of stocks. And that's why now I'm going to listen to myself today, listen to myself and not be stupid. But there's nothing that'll uh recoup that trade on today, I don't think. Not that I'm seeing right here in pre-market. Mullen. Mullen's gotta fall, man. It's low flow. It follows the market, which is crazy that it's actually up because it's a 2.34. But the catalyst for it, that US sourcing and all that stuff, is probably gonna cause people to try to trade it. So I'm just gonna let that happen, sit back and watch. And if anything else pops up, it's gonna definitely have to at least compete with Mullen, right? Bring, 20,000 or 20 million shares to the table or something, because Mullen right now is everything. Oh, but anyway, Friday trading, man. Friday trading. And every time I've seen Mullen actually go up, it has been a chop factory. So it's not something that just shoots, it's something that makes a move, falls, makes a move, falls, makes a move, and it does a lot of stopping out. And the worst thing about Mullen and price ranges around Mullen, like 10 cents, is you can easily oversize. Like easily get, a 20,000 shares and it drops. Let me look at what this is talking about. Let me get over here to my, what do they want? Whoopsie doodle. Oh no. Okay. Let me see what they're talking about. I need to get my link here. Where's my link? Pop back over to the NQ. NQ coming back up to that ATR low there, bumping its little head. Okay, what's my link? Profile. I want to go to here. Copy. Okay. All right. What else? What else? What else? ICCT. Yeah, not seeing much else, but I do have a good outlook on the market, where it's going, giving us our grandparents' entries again. $9, $4. Oh man. And everything else that I have is actually holding, which is amazing. Market downturn and they're just sitting like ice, not even moving. That's what I like to see in my dividends. Just chill. Market goes up, market goes down, just chill. Keep paying me money. All right. But yeah, if you guys are seeing anything else other than MULN and ICCT, definitely throw it into the chat. I haven't looked into any of the larger caps. That scanner doesn't start into the open, so I haven't seen anything there. But I'm assuming that they've made moves down, possibly. Tesla, down here ATR low of 245. Let's look at Nvidia. Nvidia at $100. $100. Let me look at Tesla, AMD, $93. What else? AMD, Nvidia, Tesla, Meta. Those are the big four. And then you have those other ones that are outliers like MSTR, Micro, or MU. It's one of them. Micron Technology is a big mover. Am I tripping? There's one called, well, whatever. Scanners will find them, but I don't think anything's gonna be gapping up today on those. And now ICCT back under 20%. That 20% struggle I hate. And now going under $5. So just struggling. Getting choked out. So this Friday is probably gonna be pretty chill for me. I'm not trying to rush into anything. Like I said, I've already talked myself out of trading ICCT. talk myself out of trading MULN. And all I gotta do is just follow that. Just chill out, man. You know, nothing's looking good enough to be jumping into on Friday. Um, SPY doing? What is the SPY doing? All right, back over to the dividends. 7:15 of just about. So on the dividend side, we had looked at Coles, which is continuing to fall through the floor. PSEC just in a continuous downtrend. MEI coming down to those 10-year lows or below the 10-year lows. Methode Electronics I've been watching. I don't think I haven't added that one to the. I've added this one. Newell Rubbermaid. I've been waiting for this zone to come back into play. This zone has been what, in 2008. This zone was hit, and I saw this around this point here at 14, right up in here in 2019. But I just was like, I don't know, maybe it can come down here. And so yeah, it's finally come down here to this level. And so I took a starter position in that one. VTRS I've been watching. XRX, watching all of these. IEP, I bought some of this and then I rethought it. I was like, you know what? I want to see if we can come down a little bit lower. It pays a pretty good dividend. It had to cut its dividend in half though. Used to be $1 per share quarterly. But it cut it to 50% or 50 cents. AHH, RGP, KW or KW, WIW. I don't even know what this is. I had to look into it, but it looks like it's kind of downtrending. Then on the new skin popped up, leg, and then new. Now I've already circumvented a whole bunch of these. I have I do like a crossover. So any dividends that I don't like or I don't like what they do, I put them in this list and I exclude them from my scans. So there would be other things here, but they're just I just don't like what they do, or you know, either they just been deep downtrending for 20 years or something like that. And I'm like, I'm good. I'm good with that. Some of these are ones that I don't really like. Don't like their whatever they do. A lot of times I don't invest big in banks. So unless it's like a bank that I'm banking with, like Charles Schwab, I just really don't do it. Don't do it. Anyway, dividends, boom, boom. Man, come on, Intel. All we need is you to break this $19, which you have faked out multiple times that you were going to break. Waiting for old SOXL to come taste the bubble. There was one, was it Walgreens? I think it was WBA. Walgreens. That was down a lot. I haven't seen that one in a while. WBA. Yeah, this one. So Walgreens is still down there around 11, but I don't know what they're doing to refinance. I don't know how they're gonna bring their price back up. It has been coming down and it hit this little 808 bottom level, but it's not like super significant. So I'm wondering, can it go lower? It's still do they still pay a dividend? I haven't seen it. It's WBA. They pay a oh, they must cut their dividend. Okay, Walgreens cut their dividend. Okay. Never mind. They cut it. Now, I was using NASDAQ for dividends to see dividends at first, but they actually stopped showing dividends on non-NASDAQ stocks. So if it's anything other than that, if it's NY SE or something like that, they just don't show up. So I started using this other site, which is right here. This dividend.com does pretty good, or gives pretty good information. So you can come over here, search out your whatever you're searching out. Let's see, like for Xerox, XRX. Go get that. And you can look at the dividend growth, the payouts, all that good stuff over here. View all payout history. It'll give you everything. And so you can see if they're qualified or non-qualified dividends. You can see their frequency. You can see days taken for stock price to recover. You know, all that kind of good stuff. And right now this goes back to 1989. So they started paying dividends. Let's see, regular 19. Okay, so maybe I 50 cents back in 1989 and just worked their way on down. But now the price actually correlates with the dividend that they're doing now. So it's a qualified quarterly dividend of 12 cents, and it's a $4 stock. So I'm looking for it to reclaim $5 in the future, $5 in the future. So I'm just going to build a position under 5. Anyway, so we talked about the trade from yesterday. We talked about dividends, talked about Bitcoin and everything else in the market. Let's go back over to home day trade. I think one of the worst things that happened to me was I had my Thinkorswim go down and it deleted my build that I had. And I had so much stuff in there, but now I back up all my code and everything outside of TOS. So if it does crash, you know, I got way too much code to just be trying to redo this whole thing. And basically I always update my shared workspace. So I'll create a link back to it. So if it does get destroyed, I can get back to the actual file in their server. I can call them up and be like, hey, I had a workspace saved on y'all's application, blah, blah, blah. Where's my stuff? Give it to me. Send it to me. All right. ICCT and MULN is looking like it's going to be taking the hearts and minds of the people down here at 11 cents. See, kick. All right, I got about 10 minutes and I'm going to get me some breakfast. I'm going to get me some breakfast, man, before I get this workday started. Gotta eat. Usually I don't eat breakfast though. I rarely eat breakfast. But I don't know why I'm kind of feeling hungry today. Maybe it's because of the loss from yesterday. You know, just hungry for revenge. So I'm gonna feed the inner wolf. But yeah. So we got a nice little touch point down here. Nice little 18,000 touch point. We'll see if it wants to continue down under this 17 and continue. Don't miss the opportunities that are presented to you on the long term. Because you look back and you're like, man, I should have at least took one share. One share, man. I don't know how many stocks that I've been like, man, if I only took one share, man, that would have been great. But I never did a starter position. And so that's why I started doing starter positions. Is to keep me from looking back and being like, no, why didn't I just take one share? But my starter position is bigger than one share. It's just, just a level starter. Yeah, I told y'all MULN MULN is gonna be a killer on the day. This thing moved from 10 cents up to 2 cents, but it looks like it's so much bigger than that. Yeah, I think I'm gonna stay out the way of MULN today. We already know how it moves. It chops up. It's not one of those that just makes a full move. It likes to chop through, and it may just grind for the rest of the day upward. It has catalysts and all that stuff. So if you're a penny stock trader, MULN is the top of the list right now with almost 150 million shares traded before the open. Now, will I trade it? Absolutely not. It's too cheap. It has an ATR of 80 cents, but I mean, I don't even know. It's been working its way down. I guess the last time that it ripped up, it got such a big move that it moved this ATR up, but that ATR has been shrinking, shrinking, shrinking. So now it's at 80 cents, and I don't know how it's going to move 80 cents on today. It is 10 cents right now. So it would need to possibly go up to what, 90 cents. I don't know about all that. And then we come back at lunchtime and it said 90 cents. I'll be like, God, well, it is what it is. You never know. Yeah, that stock, it took my little soul out of my little chest. And I was like, you know what? I'm about to go to work. I'm about to make money. I'm about to look, I can still, and that's the thing. This trading account is like it's almost like a secondary savings account. Um and it's like, well, it's not gonna affect my day-to-day life. So I'm like, you know what? Woosa, woosa. Just calm down and you know take the whole Jack what's his name Jack Nicholson's anger management. Where they're all sitting in a room, breathe in, breathe out. You know, and the thing is, it wasn't even the point of anger management because it was my fault. Like at the beginning of the when I was doing the analysis, I was looking at the reasons why I shouldn't trade it. I sold it away from myself, where I basically sold it as a product that shouldn't be bought to myself, and I just didn't listen. I was like, oh, you know what? I'm gonna try this thing anyway. That's what the market wanted. It wants to spur that emotion. So it's whatever. It is what it is. We still got what? What's this is April. Still got a couple months in the year. My dividend's still coming through. So I'm cool. I'm Gucci. Mm-mm. I just hate when I'm the reason that I take a loss. Like the strategy, it'll be a different thing if it's like strategy, because the strategy was to take a $50 loss, right? And you can see it up here. That's where it's going to put out that little line or whatever. The strategy is to take a $50 loss. It was my mind that cost me money there, right? So as soon as I took $50, I should have just been like, all right, that's it. That did not happen. I got mind rated. Mind rated. Powell talking at 11:30. Oh, let me look at the that's what I didn't do. Federal speaking. So today is the 4th. Yeah, so we got Powell talk. Yep, yep. Economic outlook at the Society for Advancing Business Editing and Writing annual conference in Arlington, Virginia. Then we got speech by Governor Michael S. Barr at 12. So definitely midday is going to probably be a little, because if Powell comes out and he says, "Yeah, we knew this was going to happen," we're expecting to see it go down more. He probably won't say that, but he's gonna. It may be implied but not spoken. And then Governor Michael S. Barr is at 12. Then we got another discussion with Governor Christopher J. Waller about payments. That's going to be the topic at the 2025 New York Fed Innovation Conference, New York, New York. Then we got a lecture. So we got a discussion, speech. So they're just speaking to the public. Then we got questions and answers of the discussion, and then we got a lecture. He's teaching something. Inflation dynamics and the Phillips curve at Harvard University. Okay, so that's a virtual class that he's teaching. Interesting. And then for the rest of the week, doesn't, or into next week. Oh, I was looking at Monday. My bad. Looking at Monday. So all this stuff is happening here on Friday. I'm tripping. All right. Well, it is 7:29. I'm thinking Mullen is going to take Souls on today. I really don't want to be a part of that soul taking. I really don't think anything's going to compete with Mullen in the small cap arena. Let's actually look at his float. That's one of the things we did not do. Let's go back over to Yahoo. China hits back against Trump, unveils sweeping tariff on U.S. goods. All right. Yeah. See, the only problem with other countries trying to hit back is the U.S. as a consumer is like an endless pit where we consume so much from other places. To lose us would be, it would be almost insurmountable, because like I saw some Japanese companies and things thinking about selling more to their people, but their people don't amass the American population, right? American population is a boiling pot of all types of cultures, ideas, all this stuff, and America spends money. America definitely throws the money. And so that's the only thing that I'm like, yeah, y'all can hit back, but like, if Americans don't want to buy from you, we can just move our money somewhere else. You know what I mean? It's like, how much can you really up your tariff? Because you need our spending power, our consumer force is, because I mean, America spends money, bro. Like we got so much stuff in America that says made in China, made in Taiwan, made everywhere else. We're the import kings. We we import everything, man. But we do produce some things. We export some things, but importing is America's superpower. And if you're a store and you have your largest customer saying, you know what? I don't think I like this setup we got here anymore. And you're like, oh God, you gotta make some changes. Wait, what is this? Moment teacher accused of sexually assaulting student is arrested and breaks down in tears. Well, better leave those kitties alone. All right, hands off movement, protest, federal workforce cuts. Okay, so what is this? More than 1,100 anti-Trump demonstrations planned in all 50 states this Saturday. Uh-oh. This Saturday, I won't be able to go and get my... Never mind. The protests can come as more Americans have taken to the streets in recent weeks to express displeasure with the Trump administration. They're gonna have to come deeper than that. 1,000, they gotta really come with it. Oh, okay, okay. These are separate demonstrations. Okay, 1,100 demonstrations. Okay, okay. Let's see. It says 50 states, Donald Trump, Elon Musk think this country belongs to them. Organizers say they're taking everything that we can get their or they can get their hands on. Daring world, okay. All right, well, we'll see how that goes this Saturday. Mobilization on April 5th. Interesting. It'd be so funny if it would be so funny on like Monday the stimulus checks come through and all of these same people are like, you know what? Thanks for the money, and they skip on into the woodwork. That would be so funny. But I don't know. I don't know how things are gonna play out. They got a bunch of stuff working, and they're taking a different approach for sure to this whole debt cancel or debt elimination type thing. It is a very very aggressive approach, probably the most aggressive approach that we've seen ever. So it's one of those things. People don't like pain, and that's what the begin. It's almost like you make a New Year's resolution to go to the gym, and you go for those first few weeks and you start feeling that pain, man. You're aching, your shoulders are hurting, everything's hurting, your heart's hurting because you finally did cardio, and there's some pain at the beginning before you get that runner's high, what they call it, where you can just kind of go a little bit longer, you last a little bit longer. And I think that's kind of how they're looking at it. It's kind of like a marathon where you get through that initial point, get through that initial pain, and your body just goes into boy, another shooting, huh? When is this? When did this happen? Mass shooter who killed 6 people at the Covenant School had no grudge against victims, but was fueled by a quest for notoriety. But you killed 6 people. Okay. Felt no hatred against. So why even go to the school? Why not just like, I don't know, join the military or something? Like what? Why? I don't understand the logic behind that. But okay. Um. Anyway, I'm about to get on down. It is 7:30. I'm about to go and pop me some nice little breakfast. I don't know if I want to make some stuff from scratch or if I want to go somewhere and get something. I could pop on some makes me some of them flapjacks or something. I don't know. Let's see. Yeah, I got we'll see. Anyway, oh, Michael Johnson is making a new track league. Interesting. That man was a killer in track, boy. Had the heart of a horse. But yeah, appreciate you guys for tuning in. I am about to go and get me some breakfast and stuff. Right now, I don't see anything that I think that MULN is going to be the leader in the small cap, and I don't know if we're going to see anything in the large cap, mid cap sector with the markets down like this. But it is what it is. I'm just waiting for some consolidation to take some positions. But yeah, again, I'm going to go ahead and close it down. Make sure I'm gonna got this up. And as always, I will see you guys. Let's see, what do I want to do? See you guys in the next one. Peace out.